Today we need to talk about a political matter. Now, I'm fully aware that some of you guys probably don't want to hear me talking about politics, but in today's video, this is important enough for me that we have to address this because this is actually pretty devastating. This is actually pretty bad right now. So I'm sure you guys have heard the news. I'm sure you guys have seen what is going on in North Carolina. Hurricane Helene has put Asheville literally underwater. I mean, the death toll is over 100. People are losing whole families. People are losing whole housing. It's an extremely sad situation. Many prayers, many donations as well to Hurricane Helene survivors. It's so sad that our government doesn't care for the people. It's extremely sad. So when you can't depend on the government, you have to lean on the people, your fellow man, your fellow American, your fellow North Carolina, to help out in the relief. This has to be one of the worst administrations known to man. I mean, inflation is super high. I mean, luckily they just got this port strike semi solved. Still didn't get the automation in the deal, but they got the shoremen got the wage hike. But still, and then probably the biggest fumble of all is this Hurricane Helene, how they're dealing with it. They let Donald Trump beat them to the punch, and he's not even the president yet. Pooling his resources, pulling out, going to that place and handing out supplies to these people. Now, people are going to say, well, he's only doing that so he can get elected. Guys, two things can be true at the same time. He could do that because it helps him look good, and he can do that because he actually wants to do some good. It's two things can be true at the same time. Right? So with Kamala and Sleepy Joe late getting out there a week later, that just looks terrible. And then you look at the freaking speech that Joe Biden held in Hurricane Helene, the most uninspiring, the most read out speech. I mean, guys, I get it. These politicians have to write down these speeches and deliver concise words, but this is such a terrible tragedy. You shouldn't need to read anything. You should be speaking from the heart because you actually care about the matter. This is the new Hurricane Helene is the new Katrina. You know, when Kanye West said the thing about George Bush, they don't care about the hurricane victims. This is the new Katrina in that sense, because these people are not getting any funding whatsoever. It's extremely. This administration is completely in la la land. They care more about the housing and shelter of the immigrants coming over into these cities, major cities. They're more worried about giving them money and giving them food and shelter than they are about the actual American people that are going through a tragedy from a recent hurricane. You guys refuse to see the writing on the wall. When the government doesn't start making sense, when the government doesn't start caring about the people have to force the government to care about the people, because that's what the government is in place for. These are who we voted into office. Now, you guys can read between the lines what I'm trying to say. This is YouTube. I can't go too far into it, but you guys know what I'm trying to say. Later, whenever I get a bigger following, I'll start a Patreon and go in depth about what's really needs to be done. So the biggest slap in the face, guys. So they are only giving, and let's just say like this is the max, because this is what the number I keep hearing. It might be a little bit more or it might be a little bit less depending on the person, right? But nonetheless, they are giving these people, if their access is accepted, the relief, disaster relief is accepted. They're getting about $750 or $750. Now, in this today's highly inflated market, guys, 750. Some of you guys spend 750 just on gas and groceries in 1 month, depending on where you are. So this $750, if it is accepted, your disaster relief assistance is accepted, you're gonna get $750 when you just lost a house, when you just lost food, supplies, your car. $750. That shit's gonna be gone in a week, 2 weeks. That's the biggest slap in the face, because we're spending millions on immigrants, housing them, feeding them, getting them jobs. These people don't have jobs. These people don't have any income coming in. These people don't have any housing. These people are left out to dry, and the government can only give $750. See, and here's the other part. Some of these people are victims to this hurricane, and their assistance is getting denied by FEMA. Are you fucking kidding me? You went through a whole hurricane, lost everything, and you get denied relief. Talk about a slap in the face. And here's the dark truth that I hate to tell you guys, and that I'm starting to realize about these charities, these emergency assistance relief programs and these charities, Blue Cross and Blue Shield and all this other bullshit. Whenever you guys donate your money to these charities, these emergency relief programs, they're not using the money to actually help out the people. They're using the money for their own budgets, their own buildings, their own resources. Most of those resources do not go back to the people when they really need it. They go back to themselves and feed themselves. So I know you guys think highly of these certain medical places or emergency relief like FEMA or Red Cross or whatever the hell. You guys think so highly of these people, and you don't even realize that they're not designed to help the people. They're designed to help themselves. That money goes directly to their own pockets, not to the people. So then you come to the realization that you can't depend on anybody. The government, the programs, the charities. If your fellow man isn't willing to help you, you're gonna have to figure out your own help, your own solution. And guys, what's even more devastating is most of these people didn't have housing insurance. Why? Because the housing insurance is way too expensive. I think it said most of the hurricane victims, they only had about 2 or 3% of them had housing insurance because it's just too expensive paying the mortgage, paying the maintenance, paying the property tax, and then you got to pay for insurance. I mean, goddamn. And these people want to buy you a house, and you guys want to vote in this current administration again. You guys, we're going through all this stupid stuff right now, and you guys are stupid enough to want to vote these people in another round. This is the world we in. This is the world we are in, guys. This is the realities that we have to face. So hopefully you guys got some insight from this video. Still praying for the hurricane victims. Take this as a lesson for future references. Don't depend on the government. Don't depend on anybody to get you the assistance that you need. Assist yourself. Help other people that are in assistance, because the people, we the people, are truly all we have. That's my video. Like, comment, subscribe. Show the video like the video. I will see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.